Back, everybody. You got Will and I Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, and Rovi. And today's Thursday, 10 p.m. UTC to discuss Rovi updates. Let me adjust a couple of things. All right.
So what's going on, Len?
So we're back after a week from being at Consensus, and yeah, so we didn't have a call last week.
By the way, did you get any cool footage or something like that? I think you did, right?
I mean, it was just a bunch of B-roll. I mean, we didn't get any like.
Good.
And I don't know how we're gonna use it, but
what about that interview?
Oh, that interview it should be out in about 2 weeks.
Okay,
So
cool.
we had somebody interview me about MetaZone, and it was pretty cool. We went on set and everything.
Yeah, I saw the tweet for that. So
yeah, there you go.
Definitely. How long of an interview you think that was? Like a discussion?
I would say it was like very close to our 20-minute videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So that's good. So we're gonna be able to leverage that because, as you guys know, the MetaZone website is
it's live.
basically launched. It's a soft launch, right?
Yeah.
So you guys know we've been working on this for a while.
Yeah,
basically like 6 months.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the design came first. We started the design stuff like in October, November timeframe.
Correct.
And
like the last 3 to 4 months, then mostly.
Yeah.
Like turning design into function, right?
Yeah, which is really complex because when we wanted to launch this early, like maybe first or second week of March. And when we were ready to like push the button to go, like we found a whole bunch of things that just didn't work and wasn't hooked up right and all that stuff. And so we had to delay it. And it's just interesting that when you try to actually release something, you start to see like what's missing, like that day.
Yeah, and these are bare minimum like requirements too. These aren't even like the luxury add-ons, which we have a bunch of those still in the works. So yeah, just because the website's launched, it's definitely not the finished product.
That is definitely not. I mean, that's probably like I would say 20% of the finished product.
Damn, I was gonna say more like 6.
Nah.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're like 40, 30 to 40.
At max 40.
Yeah. Like when you're installing a game like on Steam, sometimes like they'll let you play it once you get to like 30 or 40%, and like it's still downloading the rest. Yeah, it's basically what we're doing with the website. You know, it's good enough to function and it's going to service, anybody who's part of the meta economy and like plugged in to everything, such as people who own Rovi assets. It's fully functional and operational. So we're definitely excited about that. Any feedback you guys can provide us, we need big time. So this is like our beta period. I think within like a week or two, we're going to really start pushing like, the marketing narrative for the platform to get more onboard some new users, right?
Yes. Yeah, and there's a few more things that we need to fix on just the MVP stuff, but we're right there. I think everything pretty much works. I think there's like 1 or 2 things that we need to clean up, but yeah, it's ready to go. So hopefully you guys like the update. I think it's an improvement from the original design. I think from my perspective, I use the backend features of MetaZone a lot more, and that's what's missing on the new site. So, but that's low priority. I can just continue using the old design to access all that stuff.
Correct.
But yeah, the priority right now is, as far as the MetaZone website, the priority is to make sure the onboarding creators is pretty easy. Like you get a pretty simple process, and I think that's pretty much done.
Yeah.
The next steps is listing out the different features that we're going to be adding, like communication stuff amongst landowners and creators, rating system, like all the bells and whistles. That'll come a little bit later, but it's in our roadmap.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess identifying those differentiators is going to be a big thing. There's already quite a few. Like when it comes to you looking at an asset on MetaZone, you looking at an asset like on an OpenSea or a typical NFT marketplace. what is it? What are these variables that you're going to see between these different asset classes that are going to make it pretty obvious to the prospective collector or meta host that these things function differently? Actually have function, period. Right.
Yeah, so I mean, I spoke to a ton of people at Consensus, and then when I came back, I had a bunch of meetings with all kinds of people, right? People that are potential users of MetaZone, people who want to provide us services. But anyway, across the board, everyone is just completely interested in the idea of deploying apps in the metaverse. Like that is just fundamentally just an interesting talking point for most people, because no one's really thought about that. Like only a few of us, especially everybody on the call here, we've thought about what's going to make the metaverse sticky, and it's pretty clear it's going to be like applications, just same way the internet is sticky, right? Same way that when we use our phones, we're interacting with apps, right? So but in the context of the metaverse, no one's thinking about that. But when I was talking to people about it, they were like, this is really cool. And they really enjoy like thinking about just different permutations of apps for the metaverse.
Oh yeah, that's where it gets interesting, right? Where you can go on forever just thinking about.
Like I told them, like
develop
a business as an NFT. They're like, whoa,
yeah,
that's like. And I was like, give me an example of a business. I was like, well, that can be a game, but it could be also be a DEX as an NFT. I mean, DeFi as an NFT. Like all those are like very attractive talking points to these people.
Interesting. Yeah. Did they actually get it? They understood, like if you could fractionalize and not break a game into individual components.
Well, I didn't go that deep just because it's too much, but yeah.
But see, that's the thing we need is like we need to get that feedback from a complete non-knower.
Yeah.
One of the opposite of this guy.
Yeah, the opposite of
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody who doesn't know.
Yeah.
And really see how quickly it is for them to understand that concept, because it is so new.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of it existing anywhere outside of like the metaverse scape, right? Where you can actually, break down a game functionality into different components and then have it hosted by a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like it just saying it out loud to somebody might feel like they wouldn't understand. I think you would have to be in the metaverse to understand why that's even needed in the first place. Right? Yeah. It's like, why can't you just build, big game?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't understand like the dynamics of tapping into all the different, the vastness of the metaverse and how it exposes your brand, your IP, all the, just the distribution aspect, right?
Yeah.
Just want to see if that sticks with anybody. Well, but yeah, that's a long conversation.
But you know what does stick is talking to people about aligning the different parties of the metaverse, all for like particular goal.
Yeah,
they definitely get that because we experience it in the real world, right? When you purchase a franchise, you're aligned with your franchisee, right? They're marketing on your behalf and they're attracting clients on your behalf, right? So it's like it makes sense to people what distribution and alignment of all the parties are, and it's way better than pretty much any other model that we've seen. But yeah, that was my takeaway from Consensus. I thought it was a well executed event, way better than ETH Denver. I didn't pass out. I didn't get sick.
That's probably why you had such like a positive. Like,
probably. And we were only there
100 over there, dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we were only there. So we were there for like 3 nights, and the event that we attended to was 2 days, which I thought was perfect. When we went to ETH Denver, the event was like 4 days or some shit like that. That we were there, it was like way too much.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well executed, lights, camera, music, show, production, perfect.
Damn.
Yeah. Very well done.
What about the chairs, Will?
The chairs were great.
What's so good about those chairs? This is the second time you bring them up.
I think the way that they were, I don't know, designed. There's something about the chairs that were different.
I mean, the chairs at ETH Denver were definitely they're not cool. I mean, they're like the typical foldy chairs.
Yeah, definitely not. No, this is not that
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it was like a developer conference, you got to feel a little like.
Well, it was more community driven. ETH Denver was. It was just more like hacked together. And this was like a show, a production.
Yeah.
It was like going to like a CES or an E3 type of deal.
I see.
Like you're expecting quality.
Well, also because they charged a lot for those tickets, right?
They did.
We're talking thousands.
Yeah, 2,500.
Yeah, and then ETH Denver is free.
free. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All you're saying is the difference in
price
bank accounts between the two conferences, basically.
Yeah.
But still interesting nonetheless. So that was another good exposure moment to the what's going on in the industry.
So one last thing about consensus is there was a across the board positive sentiment about the metaverse. There wasn't anything like skepticism or hesitation. I didn't pick that up at all from anybody. And when we went to listen to a few panels, they would throw in the words like metaverse, like it was part of the conversation, like it was we're part of the crew.
Oh, definitely are, without 100%. Did you happen to run into like the improbable folk out there in Squared?
I don't think we did.
Okay. Well, we need some more actual representation then out there in these types of conferences.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So that needs to become the goal or the objective soon.
I feel like there's so few metaverse like productions out there.
Was Decentraland or Sandbox anybody?
Well, Sandbox was there. Yeah.
Sandbox.
Sebastian was there.
Sebastian?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's somebody out there like, evangelizing the good name.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But there's still so few though.
I know. It's nothing like all the other sectors,
It's definitely not.
Like L2, everybody's out and about, like shouting about, like, dude, L2's here. We're here to, this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
The metaverse needs more of that, dude.
Yeah.
100%. But maybe it's just how early we are. We were talking about this earlier. It's like, if you think about it and why there's not such like a vigorous developer community for the metaverse, like there is other sectors of Web3, like Bitcoin, ETH, and all that. Because it's actually relatively new in comparison to blockchain development and smart contracts and all that.
Yeah, you made me realize that earlier today. Yeah, it's true.
It's literally like 3 to 4 years old compared to, we're talking more decade plus, like the actual Web3 developer community.
And it's not easy to really understand what you're saying because so many people claim Minecraft as a metaverse and Roblox and Fortnite.
No,
like never until Meta changed their name did they classify them as metaverses.
That's not really something, if you're just like a developer, you can really tap into either to contribute. Those are closed ecosystems. Yeah, they have open SDKs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can build stuff, but it's not.
But that's like pre-made infrastructure, right? Like in an open metaverse environment, everything is
general purpose.
Yeah, and everything's going to be layered on top of all these different innovations, right? So developers are going to have to contribute individual components to what becomes the overall framework to the open metaverse, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be one company.
Yeah.
So, but still, I don't think that has stuck as much as everything else in Web3 has. So it's just more intuitive. It's like, you know what? I'm a developer. I should be working on DeFi instead.
Yeah.
Right. Or I should be working on, ordinals to try and figure out a new protocol that's going to bring more liquidity to these new tokens, stuff like that. Like this is stuff that's already been done. Stuff that's more understandably purpose-driven development, that developers can understand intuitively. Like I have a purpose here. I could really do some damage with my work. As far as the metaverse goes, it's still open to interpretation how to do that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I'm not surprised, especially when you have that perspective. We just had like a nice little talk about the CIA before we got on here. It's all about perspective, right? Like how do you avoid stress in your life? You have perspective.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, when it comes down to like where are all the developers in the metaverse space, it's you got to get that perspective, like the time frame. It's a brand new sector.
Yeah, such a good point.
3-4 years.
Yeah, such a good point. So yeah, that was my takeaway from consensus. Very positive. So we do have some updates, Rovi updates. We got some Pope updates as well. And so we're going to show you a video about what's going on with Rovi. It's pretty cool. And I'm trying to think of like all the other important stuff. So MetaZone is going to be continuous updates on the website are happening, and we're going to see new features added here in, I guess, the next couple of weeks. We're working on the meta migration, so all the legacy stuff is going to be migrated to the new, I would guess, the new database structure for the NFTs that we have. And so that's going to be happening here probably in the next couple of weeks. And that's it for MetaZone. So the other thing that we're thinking about too is joining the MetaZone calls, or what used to be the calls, with Rovi, because when we talk about MetaZone, we're ultimately talking about Rovi. And I don't know if it makes sense to separate the two, but we're just thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, it's kind of like what we're naturally doing anyways.
Yeah.
You know, giving MetaZone updates during these Rovi calls because
yeah,
the last 6 months has been mostly MetaZone focused, right?
Yeah.
Because the platform is the priority, right? You got to get the platform up, which it is now, but still there's more functionality missing. But yeah, one of the new features that's been worked on the most relevant to Rovi's is the MetaGen system.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, which is a Rovi focused sort of activity, but it's also not
For now. But yeah, really it's a platform thing.
That's right.
Like, so overall, everything is always coming back to the platform one way or another.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think you have like a MetaGen update, right?
Yeah, I want to wait till a little bit after this. But before we get into the MetaGen update, let's talk about popes. So,
oh yeah,
so a quick update
explain to me
with
the popes.
So, man, I feel it has a similar feeling to when OpenSea took down the Rovi stuff. Had a similar feeling, but it's not the same. So, but anyway, when we requested the popes for this call, they're like, "Hey, this looks like a commercial sort of thing," and they're asking us to charge us like $25 for like 100 popes. And so we don't have popes for today. So we're gonna have to rethink our strategy here with popes, whether we continue using them or not. And I don't think it makes sense for to have like this commercial license with popes because I just don't I don't know. I'm not seeing the great value in popes. And I could be wrong. I mean, I could be completely wrong here.
Yeah, I mean, popes are pretty ingrained, I guess, like in the culture for now, but they're just, other things, I guess, for notor. I mean, really the speculation behind popes, right? I mean, it's a potential marker to your identity, right? Like something like Dirty Bird, dude. I've seen his collection; it's vast.
Yeah,
I think you're in like in the 600s or 700s, right, Dirty Bird?
Yeah,
that says a lot about who he is as
that's a good point.
A metaverse traveler, contributor, person, right? So you have these types of community events where we're interacting with everybody, having something that signifies, their presence, that level of contribution, just being present,
Yeah, and I read their licensing, their commercial licensing. They said that if your community is like 200 or bigger, then it qualifies for commercial use. And
yeah,
we're not 200, right? So I don't see how they came to that conclusion. But anyway, I'm talking to them about it, and let's see where it goes. I don't know.
Yeah, if not popes, then what else? Like it. What about neats?
Neats, we could use neats.
We could talk to Lastrom.
Yeah.
Would you guys be cool like with if we converted from popes to neats?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a Decentraland native developer who created that protocol. So I mean, it would be like we're supporting,
more Decentraland,
our own neighbors.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, it's not focused to Decentraland, I don't think. I think it's on Polygon, right? Neats.
Yeah.
So we'd have to look into it a little bit more.
I mean, we can do our own, style as well. I mean, Oscar had already built that already. It's just not. I mean, it has to be like industry accepted. That's what attracted me to the popes.
Yeah, I mean, the popes are. I mean, Vitalik backs POAPs like regularly, so there's actual provenance in that, right? That's the problem with like the competitive landscape. But that's not to say like POAPs are always going to be the dominant one.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
It depends on the individual actual ecosystems. What it is we end up doing, with our base of Pope collectors, right? Initially, it was did raffles, do giveaways. Who knows? In the future, could have actual governance weight, stuff like that. That's what everybody doesn't really know exactly how to fully leverage and utilize a POAP. But the point is, the tool's out there. It's being distributed, and it's something independent of just like monetary value.
Yeah, agreed. It's a collector's item, and it does represent your history of interacting with a bunch of projects. So I that's why I like it, but we're meeting a lot of resistance. So speaking about giveaways, we do have a new giveaway, and I think what we're gonna do is that I guess in a little bit I'll tell you exactly how to get this giveaway. But yeah, so let's go into the video and let's talk about what's going on here. So the reason why I did a video instead of a real-time build is because I'd be kind of fumbling through this thing. And let me see if I can have it here. Here we go. Let's blow this up. All right. All right, let's play this video and I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening here. All right, so this is the update to the latest MetaGen that we've been working on here, and here we're going to build a pseudo Rovi in this video. So what we're actually doing is the style and the structure that you should think about this MetaGen product and building your own creations, right? Is everything is relative. So what that means is when you have a head and you want to attach some eyes, you don't want to attach eyes to this structure in an absolute way.
Mm-hmm.
Not from like the actual true origin 00 location or 000, I should say, but relatively to the head, because when you move the head, you should move the eyes, right?
Yeah.
So what we're doing here is I just dropped in the sort of hips of the character. Now I dropped in the head, and all these have parent structures,
Mhm.
right? So I just rotated the head, and now I'm saving it, and then I'm going to go to add, I think, arms here. Yeah, here we go. So we're gonna go to the torso. We're gonna go to the shoulders,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to select which location, or I would say which socket that this 3D model is going to go into,
Mhm.
and then I just selected the 3D model, and it drops it.
Why is it so huge, dude?
Well,
Just
because
started out that way.
yeah, that's how it starts out,
Okay.
and then so you kind of scale it down, and then you basically position it exactly where you think it should be for this given model.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so it's a parent child structure, and it's completely relative to position. So what's the importance of this metagen? Just to kind of reiterate, so the whole idea here is that you're going to create characters or houses or cars or whatever, and you're going to build out your structure for a given car or whatever it is,
Mhm.
armature. So you build that out, and then you build out your different perfect versions, like your different perfect versions of Rovi.
Mhm.
And then literally you hit a button, and then it'll just kind of mix and match everything. So if you're, let's say you were a building designer,
Yeah.
you would design a building in a way where it's kind of composable with different parts.
Yeah.
But you don't want to design the house 10,000 different versions of the house, right? That's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So instead, design 10 perfect houses, and each house has components, and all those components are composable with each other.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, you push up a button, you have 10,000 unique houses.
So what do you do with the actual, like you say there's 10,000 unique houses at the push of a button, but like how do you actually implement that, like as part of your, I guess, code base for these individual metas or assets? Because they're not metas, they're assets on MetaZone.
Right.
Like a Rovi is, right? But like,
yeah. So I mean, if you're gonna build something like Rovi, I
yeah.
mean, you're gonna still need a developer, right?
Yeah.
That, I mean, you can't build Rovi and what it is just by MetaGen, but you could build its assets with MetaGen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole idea is that if you wanted to create kind of like a unique item for the metaverse, this is how you would do it, right? Because otherwise, the creator would have to build out each unique item, and it's just not.
Yeah, it's not
from a financial standpoint. Not.
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Or because I remember seeing a lot of these like PFP projects claiming to enter the metaverse. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, and
some of them are actually building each
I know.
one.
I remember seeing that. Like it's like here we're doing it. And they released like the first 3 to 5 avatar models, and they're fully 3D modeled. And
right.
But yeah, there's like 9,995 to go.
Yeah.
It's unsustainable.
No way.
It's
that's like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So this is definitely something I think needed, especially because part of the big last NFT cycle was the PFP mania, right? So there's a lot of IP sitting on the sidelines waiting for some way to enter into the metaverse space.
Yeah.
Right. But they need a tool like this in order to do so. You could easily just render any like collection just by stripping it down to its what do you call them, like the Genesis models of all their different however many it ends up being, if it's 10, 15, 20, and you break it down into individual pieces like this, right? So you can leverage this tool.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So we're gonna have to showcase that, like a 2D, I don't know, like a Cool Cats or something.
Yeah,
bring it in, model, but I don't know what they would think about that.
The perfect ones. Yeah. So it just really depends on like the project itself. But the whole idea here is potentially next week I'm able to build a glitch. and then you know, once I build a glitch, we have to build the other 5 perfect ones.
Okay.
Hit the button.
Yeah.
Generate unique glitches, and all of a sudden we can do the hatcheting.
Yeah. Okay. Potentially next week then, right?
Yeah. So next week I'll be building a glitch, and then pretty soon after that we can do the hatcheting.
Well, yeah. Then we got to just start before the hatchening is the 7-day incubation period.
Yes, correct.
You know,
correct.
So I guess some point after the glitch assembly in this
structure
metagen, then yeah, the 7-day incubation will begin. So yeah, hopefully everybody has started deploying their glitch eggs on their land, because you don't want to be a little late to that, because then you're gonna have to wait around for your little longer than most people already have their assets deployed to get their the hatchening going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, this is a very important thing, because not only is Rovi going to be leveraging this tech, but we're going to be creating the mailbox thing, and then Dahlia wants to potentially leverage this for an idea that she had, and so there's already a bunch of use cases for something like this.
Okay, right on.
So yeah, so next week, hopefully, I can build that glitch, and then we can start that clock.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully that made some sense.
So we don't have any POAPs this week, huh?
Yeah, definitely do not.
Okay.
Let me check my email to see if they responded. They probably didn't.
Okay. Are we gonna do the usual Javier recordings or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
All right.
Right. Yeah. So that's it for the updates for Metagen. This is huge progress. So to build something like this takes a lot of planning and thinking, just to make sure that it actually has the functionalities that we need. And then all this is custom built. So and then on top of that, we're gonna have to redo the UI here just a little bit to kind of make it more user expected, I would say. Just because there's some tools out there that kind of look similar, but they have different purposes, right?
Yeah.
To show off 3D models and things like that. So, so yeah, so there's going to be a little bit of update of a UI, but other than that, this is what the tool is going to function like.
All right, right on. Yeah, so we had a video we wanted to show you guys, but I don't think we have it completely finished yet. But it's basically we're producing a few videos for
oh yeah, for
platform.
MetaZone, right?
Yeah, the platform showcase. But yeah, Rovi's is definitely a heavy component in showcasing what it is that MetaZone enables.
Yeah.
As a platform, because as you guys know, Rovi's is the showcase product.
That's true.
Of how you can build.
Yeah.
Like an ecosystem with individual apps essentially that all communicate with one another to build a cohesive experience, right? So we're calling, that's part of the brand section. And originally these were called verses, but now we're calling them brands. If you go to the new webpage, you go to the brand page instead of the verse page. So that's one of the big changes we've made. But yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier, it's difficult to convey that what it is. Like there's different tiers of how metas can be created and leveraged and what can be produced as a result. Creating static metas all the way to interactive ones to, again, like an ecosystem of metas that are all part of the same brand, not necessarily just different products from the same brand creator. It's all interconnected products, right? So we're making videos and stuff to get the marketing going, to, again, onboard new developers.
That's right.
Who can leverage tools like MetaGen and
yeah, the videos are really good. I think pretty soon you're going to start seeing them on Twitter and stuff. Yeah, so they're really good. I was really impressed. Yeah. So, so yeah, it's more about bringing in creators to MetaZone, and then hopefully increasing the value of Rovi, so that we get more community members involved here. And most importantly, I think the biggest aspect of Rovi, which is, I don't know, maybe not talked about enough, is the fact that the community can contribute to a lot of the assets that the Rovies are going to be appending, like the accessories, the weapons, all that stuff, and they're going to contribute to the gameplay. So
how soon after we get the MetaGen completely finished, like where we're assembling glitches, can we actually start fixing?
So as soon as we can build a glitch, you can start appending accessories to the Rovi. So I don't know how soon we can actually, let's say, because this is how it works. So you have the MetaGen, you you probably sign a transaction, and it looks at your wallet to see which Rovies you have.
Mm-hmm.
It'll pull it up.
Okay.
And then you have purchased or you have acquired some of these accessories from the fabricator. And then you just click on a button, add that to your Rovi, and then all of a sudden it's donning a new weapon or accessory or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all the attributes, gameplay attributes, have been adjusted as well. So you click save, and then next time you jump into Decentraland, there it is, accessories and weapons and all that.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. So then we're gonna have to hold like a accessory contest or something, and or not. We could just start off with the ones we already have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to get
that
those process going.
Yeah. So those would need to be added to the fabricator, and then people can earn them or purchase them, whatever it is, and then they'll be able to append them to the Rovi.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I think I guess I'm putting words in Oscar's mouth, but really, Metagen is designed to identify the location of that accessory. So once you identify the location of that accessory, then you'll have to leverage some other meta to actually append it to the Rovi. But yeah, this is just specifically a creator tool. So if you're making an accessory, you'll have to make that accessory and say, hey, this is a hat. And then you're going to have to pin that accessory on the hat portion of each head.
Hey, Will, Dolly is asking everybody to go up to the top floor.
Oh, okay.
I guess they are recording.
Okay. All right. So let's head up to the top floor. We're in location -43, -52. This is Neb's location. And I'm kind of stuck here.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone head to the top floor. I'm losing it, dude.
What are you losing? Your footings?
Yeah. There we are. Okay, here we are.
Yeah, whatever I guess new. I mean,
oh dude, I'm disappeared. No wonder I'm losing my footing. I don't even exist.
Oh.
Watch. I'm gonna press V right now. Watch.
Damn, I should have brought my laptop up here so I could have jumped in too.
Hey, what's going on, Dirty Bird?
Dirty Bird. All right, I guess once y'all get up there, just do a little dance real quick. Yeah. That's the top floor, right?
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah,
does it go any higher than that?
No, it's definitely top floor. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Can you guys see me? I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure they can. It's just like a little glitch.
Yeah.
On your screen.
All right. So go back, zoom in.
I'm gonna go full screen on your.
Yeah, let me go. So yeah, other than that, I mean, you ended up getting sick, and then we haven't recorded anything this whole week.
Yeah.
So it's been definitely
getting sick, reoccurring theme for me for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, dude, it was same for me for a stretch there. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, but I can't shake this for whatever reason.
Yeah,
but it'll go away. I'll be 100% soon. But yeah, so as far as that's it for the Rovi updates. We got Metagen. Basically, I mean, it definitely improved from last time we showcased it.
Yeah, 100%.
The interface.
Yeah, because when I tried using it, it was just not set up properly because it assumed a particular north.
Yeah, I remember.
North was always where the camera was facing.
Yeah.
And so when you try to move the head in what you would expect,
yeah,
it would just be all wonky. But
yeah, I remember seeing you struggle with that at first. It definitely wasn't nearly as intuitive as it is now, and like not structured and organized at all.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and one of the biggest requests that I had was you had to make things like relative, because it wouldn't make sense to like drag and drop some eyeballs and like it's set in the center of the world and then you offset it.
Yeah.
And like it wouldn't make sense because once you move the head, you have to move the eyes as well, and then it was just broke the a good user experience. So yeah, that was another kind of big change that we had between the last couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I see Green Shiver's asking about superchargers. That I think is coming after the
hatcheting.
Well, yeah, once we get the glitches into the glitch gates, right?
Yeah, because you need to charge a Rovi to actually engage in battle. So yeah.
If Corv is in the chat, I guess you could chime in with like a rough time frame Oh, yeah. Green Chauffeur is bringing up tough questions, fam. Well, it's questions we've answered, guys. It's just, it takes time to develop. You know, we got a lot of things that we're working on right now as far as the MetaZone front end and the MetaGen, like we just showed you guys.
Yeah, and right now the focus is really updating MetaZone because it needed an update, and so we had to focus on that.
Yeah, for a big reason. I mean, again, it's the platform that powers everything, and yeah. So that's finally done. But yeah, more features are coming from MetaZone. See, MetaZone used to be Green Chauffeur. MetaZone used to be straight up back in the day. All right, Green Chauffeur is obviously in tirade mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, keep asking your questions all day long. We're in the Discord all the time, dude. So keep asking, and keep the developers in check for sure. Like, that's all you got to do.
Yeah, and that's why we do these calls, is because we hold ourselves accountable every single time, and we want to push progress.
Yeah,
and the progress that we're pushing is both MetaZone and Rovi, because Rovi is our showcase product of MetaZone.
Right.
It is how we're going to be able to get more creators to make stuff like Rovi, like distributed content. So yeah, that's our focus. And yeah, progress has been slow for sure. It's more about understanding like what is going to get us to the step where we can attract creators. And then once we attract creators, how do we set up a way where they can kind of build out their own content on their own without leveraging us so much? Because we're doing some consulting, and it takes a lot of some time, right?
Yeah, that's a lot. Away. That's the biggest thing, is to build a platform that is like intuitive enough and has the right tooling and frameworks that where there is no like hands-on involvement from our perspective.
Yeah, imagine if you created a Facebook account and you had to have like someone right next to you to show you how to do it every single time because it was so complex.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, or Mark Zuckerberg. Like
every single person he's onboarded into the platform, he has to like set up their profile for them.
Yeah.
That is a problem. That would be a problem. You know, so you got to get the platform to the state that it needs to be in order for again that intuitive onboarding experience to happen. But for mostly the developer side, right? Because the content, the metas itself, is what's going to make the platform lively, right? Yeah, and ultimately like the metaverse.
Exactly. If you don't have creators making content and you're the only one creating content, it's going to be very difficult to have more people involved and more creators, more substance, more content, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough. It's definitely one of those things that we're constantly talking about internally, is like what can we focus on that's going to create the biggest impact. And so it was MetaZone updates, the technology updates, platform updates, making Rovi scalable.
Yeah, that's another thing too, is the scalable. And of course, like we've had discussions already with the community and everybody about the economic not necessarily considerations, but concerns for all the different components and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a lot to think about for sure. And we got to get to the glitch phase first. I think once we can get actual PvE activation, where we could start talking about more economic improvements, right? Because we got to get things like, in motion first.
Yeah. And so the flow, if you remember, the flow was you still need the holograms, right? You're going to be able to supercharge a Rovi. And then once your Rovi is supercharged, it'll be able to engage in battle. And so once the glitching or the hatching happens, then the stakening, and then actual battle.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man.
So yeah, we hear you guys. We get it. The roadmap has been prolonged because of all the developments for MetaZone, MetaGen, and all the above, right? But it's still sound. The roadmap is still in progress. Everything is developing. But yeah, it's not going to fit within exactly the right timeframes that obviously you specifically Green Chauffeur will want.
Yeah, and not only that, when we set those timeframes, man, so many things have changed since that time, since like the end of last year.
Well, yeah,
like way too many things have changed since.
Well,
then.
We had to change the whole platform. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that's happened and happening.
Yeah, good point.
That have changed timelines just a little bit.
Correct.
And a major focus on MetaZone is like one of the single most important things that we're doing. So yeah, that's the update. Yeah, we're going to be going to another metaverse focused conference here, and then I guess in another 3 weeks. It's called 3XP. Have you heard of it?
What the heck? That's the first time I'm hearing of that.
Oh yeah, it's in LA. I think you're going too, man.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
Wait, you're gonna be out of town sometime in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like a couple days.
So what? This is a metaverse focused conference?
I think this is at the end of the month, though.
What's it called again?
3XP, I think.
Wow, I had no idea. So then that means Decentraland will probably definitely be there.
Maybe. I mean, it's not a. I don't. Yeah, it's metaverse heavy. I wouldn't say metaverse focused.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna be going to that. We still got to do all our research on like who exactly is attending, how much it's going to cost, all the logistic stuff.
Yeah,
stuff I hate doing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh man.
So one other thing was okay. So let's do this. What's the timing here? All right. So we got a new wearable to drop to you guys. I think the best way to do it is I'm thinking maybe DMing Dahlia your ETH address. I think that might be the only way we can do this. So I don't have a picture of it, but I guess it's going to be a surprise. The Rovi operator wearable.
Oh, okay.
The badass looking one.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Pepe God, our Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone on the call is going to get one. Just DM Dahlia your ETH address, and you shall receive one.
Are these the first ones that have been distributed?
Yeah. Not a single one has been distributed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, there you go, dude. Yeah. So what do you do? Just DM Dahlia?
Yeah, DM Dahlia. And of course, we're going to do our normal giveaways towards the end here anyways.
Okay.
So, but yeah, everyone who is on the call, DM Dahlia, ETH address, you're going to get a wearable, and then we're going to do a giveaway at the end. Normal NFTs.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So, how are you hanging in there, man?
Not too good, dude.
You going to make it, or?
I keep coughing, and I can definitely feel it building up.
So, but this is an improvement than before, right? Like you've improved your.
Well, I went from like one problem to another. You know, I don't want to describe the previous problem I had because it was
yeah
pretty bad.
You probably shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, it gets better. I'm sure it will.
Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna set.
So, have you shown the actual operator outfit yet?
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you guys know what's coming. Or maybe not. We'll take a look at it here in a second.
Yeah. I'm going to set up the giveaway. All right. 10 minutes. Okay. So 3. Okay. 4 is backpack. And last one.
Okay.
Top show. All right.
Take a look at the chat. Let's see.
All right. And it's off.
Yeah, it says surprise trip. LOL.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. We'll see if I actually end up attending. It's for gamers?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I haven't really looked into it, but the people in consensus, they recommended.
Oh, I see.
They recommended that we attend this. Like, this is a must attend.
Really?
I was like, okay.
Interesting.
I shall listen to these random people telling me. Okay. Everyone head to the giveaway channel on Discord. And, oh, damn, it didn't start. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So first 3 winners are going to get a Rovi accessory. 4th winner is going to get a Rovi backpack. And the last 3 winners is going to get a Rovi Top Chub.
I think you spelled that wrong. Tob? Is that why?
Top, yeah.
That might be why I screwed
No,
up.
that wasn't why.
Oh.
It's because when you set this up, you have to say a duration. I put 10, and I missed the M for minutes. And so that's why it didn't work.
Okay.
Okay, and there we go. So head to the giveaway channel and interact with the bot, and you should have a chance to win one of these 7 NFTs. Maybe next week we should bring back the Pope giveaway raffle thing.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, we got it. That's the only way to use Popes, right?
Well, for right now.
Yeah.
I mean, for right now, yeah. Well, like I said, there's plenty of other reasons to be collecting Popes, but for potential, like I said, governance implications down the line,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's true.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's obviously one of the flaws of a lot of the DAOs is just heavily relying on, monetary compensation for people who have the most amount of weight as far as tokens only, like as the main determining vehicle for decision making.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a start, but you're gonna have to inject different verticals as far as like how do you determine who's contributing and who's not and stuff like that. So the Popes make a lot of sense. I mean, that's why.
That's a good point, dude. I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah. You can't abandon the Popes, dude. I'm speaking on behalf of Pope team now.
From the perspective of like a project like us, Popes are important, but you can just create your own Popes and then accomplish the exact same thing.
I agree.
So
you can, and I think the versions of Popes that we had planned originally, I think are way cooler because ours would be what metas
deployable. Yeah,
it would be like a POAP or poem, right? A proof of attendance meta.
Yeah, there you go. A
poem.
Proof of poem
or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just some kind of asset that is signifies potentially what a POAP does as well.
Yep.
But it's a 3D deployable asset. So.
Yeah, I guess one of the things that we need to consider when doing that, which I think is a good idea, is that it has to be scalable. Because if people want to show off like Dirty Bird has like 600 of these things, you'd want to deploy 600 of these things somehow on your land, even if you have a single parcel.
Right.
Like,
but could
there's a way to do it. It's just.
But does shrinking it down affect?
No,
it doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't do anything.
Like with the limitations of okay.
No, what you do instead is you make I don't know, you make one GLB.
And like a display or just
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's like a display like with a number on it, like 600. It's like, damn.
That's nowhere near as cool. No way.
Yeah.
No. Maybe pay the $25 fee. No, I think we definitely should. Yeah.
Well, it depends. I mean, so far on average, it's like less than 100 people claim the post. We're only allowed to get maybe 100, and then they reduce that number down.
Yeah,
remember that?
Right, but he's just saying until we find an alternative. Just why not? To keep the the wheels moving.
I suppose.
Dude, they're Popes, dude. They're not nothing. Come on.
Yeah, I guess.
How are you going to deprive everybody of POAPs, dude?
And the art that we put into it, man, it's not.
That too. They're not just any
negligible.
They're not just any POAP.
Yeah.
Any collabs with other projects in DCL in the works?
Well, other than Cyberstrife, there's a couple collabs.
Rovi Poker Tourney wearable would be cool. Any exposure to other communities? Yeah, I totally agree.
We talked to everybody at DG all the time.
Right.
So, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that we can do, but yeah. So other than Cyberstrife, there's a few others that we're talking to, and then Cyberstrife's that is going to be updated pretty soon. So that's like that's going to be a big deal because it's sort of like a Rovi style distributed experience, and so they're going to have their own community to like start leveraging multiplayer aspects with all the stuff that we created.
Yeah,
and so WebSocket servers, raids, all that stuff is going to be happening on Cyberstrife as well.
Yeah. What happened to the Ethereum land?
Yeah, so that's another thing is in progress as well. So part of the meta migration is another thing called land migration. Yeah. And so the land migration is even a bigger deal because it's not exactly what it sounds like. It's more about incorporating different kinds of land. So not only the Decentraland land is going to be part of this migration. But
Mhm.
what's going to happen is MetaZone is going to recognize other lands. So like Hyperfy, DCL Worlds, and I know H Provocos is working on ENS domain names as worlds themselves, where we're going to be supporting that. And then, of course, the most important one is the other side. And yeah, I can't say anything too much about the other side, but yeah, it's very important we support the other side.
Do we now?
Yeah, because we've seen some tech stuff like behind the scenes, and it's
pretty impressive, ain't it?
it's very good.
Is
Very
it?
good. Yeah.
How good? Good enough to
Very good.
Very good?
Yeah.
Very, 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 very
Yeah.
good.
The only issue with the other side is it's extremely expensive
In what sense?
to like host some of their tech.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's important what they're doing, and they're gonna figure out cost cutting measures and all that.
Yeah, but along this theme though, like collabs are definitely important, and of course, getting even more important than collabs are actual integrations with neighboring metaverses or ecosystems, right? Which was exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I've been having conversations with DCL Curator, and I know he's got a huge thing going on with that district. So I'll let Green Chauffeur, I'll let you know when you can deploy stuff there. And DCL Curations, he's got some stuff going on. I guess I didn't tell you, but I think he got a grant and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Right on. That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
So we do have the district deploy feature and everything.
Well, it used to work, but with Decentraland's updates like a few months ago, like we just haven't updated that functionality.
But it is something that can be updated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't see a problem foreseeing. But yeah, Green Shiver, everything doesn't happen now. Can we deploy now? No, you can't right now.
No, not yet.
But at some point you will be able to.
Yeah.
So keep asking away.
Yep.
Until it actually comes.
Yeah. Please keep asking questions. And because that lets us know what's on fire and what's important. And we can't know that without anybody saying anything. So so definitely keep asking the questions. The harder, the better, because we make things hard on ourselves naturally. And so that's how we live.
Well, that's how we've been living, dude, since the beginning. I don't think there's another harder task than trying to actually make the metaverse like something of value.
Not only that, I think that's where it's the most interesting is like answering the hard questions and doing the hard stuff.
Right.
So yeah, let me see. What's the time here? Do we have a poppening?
A what?
A poppening. Okay, 3 minutes left. So yeah, this thing's running slow. Because I remember I put 10 minutes. Oh, maybe not. No, it's actually on time. Because it says
I don't think it runs slow, dude.
Well, remember the old bot? Remember the old bot? I would set it and then like 5 minutes and it would take like 15 minutes to pop.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that one. The old one.
Oh, how the fuck is that?
The old bot.
It's just like
definitely could not keep time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Because it's like
then it can run. It does run slow sometimes.
Yeah, because it runs on like a server time and it's a little wonky. So yeah, you're not ready to go to LA, dude?
I don't want to.
What? How do you not want to go to LA? Have you been to LA?
I don't think so.
No, I haven't either.
Dude, LA is just like a bigger, smellier, crappier Houston, I think. Like, why would I want to go there? To be honest.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would want to go to LA.
I mean, the event sounds interesting. If it's a metaverse focused one, I definitely want to peer my eyes on like what everybody else is working on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
And have these conversations. And like I said, try to identify exactly what the developer community is like.
Yeah.
Outside of just the bounds of, the Decentraland community. Yeah. Everybody in Decentraland mostly is working on, building games or building, event type organizations and stuff like that, which is fine. But yeah, I'm more interested in like the broader infrastructure components for the actual open metaverse, right? Not just a specific verse within the metaverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I'm really interested in like I don't know of another metaverse that's as interesting as Decentraland, other than like what's going on with the other side, but that's like pure tech stuff. And not only that, like really expensive tech stuff.
Yeah.
So So yeah, I'm very interested in what everyone else is working on. All right, so here in about 10 seconds, we're gonna have some winners, and make sure you DM Dahlia your ETH address so you can get that that cool Rovi operator wearable. And here comes the pop, man.
Pop away, dude. Dude, really, hopefully I don't get you guys sick, dude. I didn't think.
Probably not. I don't think you're contagious.
Okay.
All right, congratulations. We got Red Car, Regina, Michaelia, Go Going, Fred Army, Blue Apple, and Goodman's. All right, congrats, guys. Send ETH address to Dahlia. All right, so we're gonna be back next week. And
Alan says, "Get healthy, guys, and stick to your plans, dude." Shout out to Alan, dude. True OG.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Alan.
Appreciate that, Alan, dude. Yeah,
and definitely gonna keep asking the questions. We appreciate all the questions for sure.
Yeah, keep that pitchfork polished, dude, all day.
We're going to hustle like we've been doing and kind of focus on just deliveries.
No, that's all we can do.
And stay tuned. We have an update to bestow on everybody.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, that was deep.
It's like that, eh?
Really? Bestow? Just because I used the word bestow?
No, yeah. Just unexpected.
All right. So we'll be back on next Thursday. And
congrats, everybody.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about the MetaZone stuff. Like, should we combine Rovi and MetaZone together? Keep it on Thursdays or what?
I like that idea for what it's worth.
Thank you, TJ.
I think for the time being, until like, once there's more like more Rovies, more projects, independent developers,
more
metas.
Projects. Yeah, okay.
Then it makes more sense. But for now, Rovies is the flagship product in MetaZone, so
yeah. Okay. We'll think about that a little bit more. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thank you for hanging on this call, and we'll be back next Thursday. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next call.
Bye, guys. Peace.